Illegal immigrants that have just been smuggled over the United States border by the Mexican cartel. Behind every migrant crossing, someone is making thousands of dollars. I have spoken with hundreds of migrants and each of them have paid between $5,000 to $10,000 to cross the US border. For example, watch how much money the cartel makes in this 10-second clip. And here in the state of Arizona, businesses and organizations are making millions of dollars profiting off this mass migration here in the United States. Come with me as I catch migrants crossing over the border and as I sneak into these facilities that are making millions of dollars off of mass migration here in the United States. We are here in Tucson, Arizona. Right behind me is a shelter that is being used to house illegal immigrants right here. We have my good friend
Cesar.
We're gonna be sending Cesar in. He's got a bunch of cameras on him and he's gonna be showing us what it's really like inside of the shelter. Bien suerte, mi amigo. Vamos. This is one of the many hotels that has been transformed into a shelter to house all these migrants here in Arizona.
Hey, we're from Mexico.
Senegal.
Senegal. Oh, Senegal.
I like smoke, no smoke.
Ah, smoke? Oh. Amigo, ¿cómo está? Mexico. You?
Africa.
Africa? What part? ¿Dónde eres, amigo? ¿Dónde eres? ¿Dónde? ¿Senegal? Senegal.
My friend Cesar managed to sneak into where they are all sleeping and the bathrooms were absolutely trashed. Later that night, I went back to see if I could get in, but as I got closer to the hotel, a new arrival of migrants had just been dropped off at the hotel. ¿Acaban de llegar? Buenas noches, buenas noches. ¿De dónde son ustedes?
Los Mochis. México.
De México. Bueno, yo no trabajo aquí. As the migrants were getting their rooms for the night, a worker came and verbally attacked me.
Are you even supposed to be here?
What do you mean? I can't come look?
No,
Like-
this is private property right now. It's for immigrants.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leave.
Well, then get the f out of here. The
Okay.
f. We're gonna call the cops.
Okay.
Nos bajamos del camión y de que nos bajamos nos empezó a bajar.
Yeah, have a good one.
We're not
What do you mean?
out of here.
What?
We're gonna call the fucking cops.
And she did call the cops on me, and another bus of migrants arrived.
Is that a bus filled with illegal immigrants behind you?
I'm not sure.
You know it's
now,
a bus. Don't lie to me.
All right,
you
guys.
know
Do you guys
that's
have
a-
any other questions about?
Yes. Why did you just lie to me?
Trespassing
You're
and
not
going on the
sure what
property?
Is that a bus filled with illegal immigrants?
Sir, I'm not on the bus.
Look behind you.
All right, guys.
Hi, a bunch of people are just leaving this bus right now, and I look like a bunch of little kids, and they're all heading out, and I don't know where they're going. How many of these kids go missing after they get transported
About
through?
1 in 3 of the migrant children, we're not able to account for them under the Biden administration. And we just saw a whole bus full pulling out of mostly unaccompanied migrant children. I think they had maybe 3 adults in there for 30 kids. And while this whole bus is full of these minor migrant children, the police are talking to us because we're asking questions. So the police are more concerned about us than that 1 in 3 of those children will be unaccounted for and missing. That to me is the state of our country right now, and that is abysmal. So who's looking out for them?
It's a sad deal that's
But
going
I'm
on here.
glad they're here to ask journalists to leave the property. Good work. Good work. Taxpayer dollars at work.
To find out how these migrants are arriving to these shelters, we met up with a member of the Army who has been investigating camps and organizations that are near the border in Arizona.
There's 2 primary NGO camps that are put on by No More Deaths, Unitarian Unified Church of Tucson and Los Samaritanos. They're pretty hostile and they have 2 significant camps set up. One is directly on the border, but the first one we're going to go to is outside of the town of Arivaca, where they have significant infrastructure set up, a ton of smugglers, camo, and cartel backpacks. It's pretty wild to see.
So needless to say, where we're going is pretty dangerous.
It's probably the most dangerous section of the border.
We went into the desert of Arizona to a small city of Arivaca. On top of the millions of adults that cross the border, many young children are also smuggled across the border. Watch this video where cartel members drop children off over the border wall. My friend Cesar actually used to work for an organization that helped migrants but quit after receiving a shocking message from his boss. We're about to go into this NGO and we're going to be talking to people, so give us a little insight on what these NGOs do.
The RAV4 makes more sense
They
for
move
them.
people, they have